LeBron James is one of the most popular athletes in the world, but it's also come with plenty of criticism. According to a recent study over the past 12 months, LeBron is the most trolled athlete in the world on Twitter by nearly 4 times the amount of anyone else. So, Shannon, how do you explain this?
Oh, Skip, what happened to those billion of witnesses that love it? What happened, Skip?
That's about half the world.
No. This said 4 times. 4 times. Oh, what happened? I mean, oh, they love it. Everybody loves it. That's not what, but for me, I hate when they do these studies where the study says that this group of people is discriminated. I didn't need a study. Somebody spent some good money when they could have donated that to a worthy cause. I didn't need a study to tell me what I already knew. And let me tell you why. First of all, greatness, people that are great, if you're in a professional sport or you're great, you're going to get hated on. And for what more times than not, it's by people that's never even come in contact with you. That's just the way it works. That's just a part of the
sure.
That's just a part of the thing. Also, it's something LeBron came along, Skip, right as the social media era was starting to kick off. And I think it's one of 2 things also. His threat to Michael Jordan. And when the social media really was starting to boom, many people believe he was as good, if not better, than their beloved Kobe. And so if you think about it, Kobe fans do not like LeBron because he was the heir apparent to the title. He was that, okay, Kobe. And then all of a sudden, GOAT James came on the scene, and then all of a sudden, he ain't better than Kobe. He ain't got no titles. Then all of a sudden, he started winning titles. And all of a sudden, he started getting MVPs. And so I think that has something to do with it, Skip. And plus, his stance. A lot of times, Skip, if you speak out against something that I'm not in favor of, well, bro, I ain't got no time for you. So I think it's a large body. His greatness is just like anybody that said, if you're a Tom Brady fan and people say, Mahomes better, man, I hate Mahomes. Or Aaron Rodgers better. That just comes along with the territory. But I didn't need this study to tell me what I know. I'm on my Twitter. I read comments when ESPN or House Highlights or whatever post things about LeBron, and I see the comments. So I'm not surprised by this. I don't think anybody's surprised by this. You want to say, oh, it's not that bad. But I know. I just wish that we could have had social media in the 90s. So I could have got a gauge and to see if Jordan got this kind of vitriol. We'll never know. We know Kobe got some blowback. We know all the great players that came along that was in the social media era gets that. But to the extent that LeBron gets it, it's unrivaled. It's unmatched.
Very interesting. So my first reaction was, I guess all these years that I've at least been objective about LeBron James, maybe I wasn't so alone sitting out on the end of the limb. Maybe there was like half the world out there saying, you know what? You're right. Because I think half the world sits back and hears people like you say he's the GOAT, and they say he's the what?
And what about people that sit back and listen to you and talk about he's not very good?
Who's not very good?
You, LeBron. Because you minimize everything he does. Everything that he does, well, you'll go back, he scored 72 points. But guess what? He missed 4 free throws.
No.
That's what you do.
It's not that. It's just in the big picture, the facts are the facts.
What's the big picture?
He is so debatable because you proclaim him the GOAT, and he's, I'm going to be nice about this, he's a below-average three-point shooter at 35%. Well, this is the facts. These are what you gloss over. He is a pathetic free throw shooter by superstar standards at 73% for his career, and he obviously clearly runs from the late-game free throw line where he is statistically the worst star late-game free throw shooter ever.
He's pathetic at shooting the three, but he's better than Kobe and Jordan. How does that work?
Well,
so what are they?
Better than Jordan because they didn't emphasize it.
But Skip, the three-point line has been in since 1979. So there's never a year that Michael Jordan played in the NBA that the three-point line was not there.
They didn't emphasize it. Jordan won 10 scoring titles to LeBron's 1.
Let me ask you a question.
Start with that.
They didn't emphasize it. But Reggie Miller got a better three-point percentage. So did Larry Bird.
Okay, good. I'll give you that. LeBron's a great three-point shooter.
I didn't say great.
Okay, so think of all the incidents in his career. Think about all the drama king drama in his career. Let's start with his owner in Cleveland accused him of quitting in his final playoff series, the first go-round in Cleveland against the Boston Celtics. And then members of his camp leaked to ESPN that LeBron had to be sedated for games 4, 5, and 6 against the Celtics. Well, I'm like, what? He had to be sedated?
So because, hold on. So now I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. Because his owner said that he quit.
I'm just saying, did Jordan's owner ever accuse him of quitting? Well, no, because nobody ever accused Michael Jordan of quitting.
What did Jerry Krause accuse him of?
Nothing.
Being selfish?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so he and Jerry Krause got along great. Okay, go ahead.
Well, again, he hated Krause. Krause didn't hate Michael.
Yeah, I think he did.
He did not. I was there. I covered the team. I knew Jerry Krause very well. I knew Michael very well.
Jerry Krause,
it was a one-way street.
Skip.
Krause was always asking me, why does he hate me?
Skip. Jerry Krause said it was about the organization.
No, wrong about that. Okay. So then 2011 first go-round with the Miami Heat in the finals. It was the all-time superstar meltdown. Chosen one.
So that's why you hate him. So that's why he hates.
I don't hate him.
No. But that's what he's saying.
Okay, but I'm just saying it's on his resume, and people are saying, "What are you talking about? The GOAT?" And then Ray Allen just saved his legacy with the greatest clutch shot I have ever seen in Game 6 of 2013.
Hold on. Okay, so a teammate doing his job, that's saving his legacy.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. Then in 2014, they get blown off the floor of the finals by a record finals margin. Well, that never happened to Michael Jordan. So people are saying, Shannon, what are you talking about?
So Jordan won every game that he played? He won every playoff series he was in?
No, but he went 6-0 in the finals.
But see, Skip, there are rounds to this. So what happened before 1991? Did they not have finals? Did they not have finals in Washington?
Then in 2015, LeBron played the greatest 3 games I've ever seen him play. He carried that team. Obviously, they had lost Kevin Love, and then they lost Kyrie in overtime in Game 1. And they're up 2-1 with Game 4 in LeBron's house. And go look at what happened. I don't know. Everybody told me he ran out of gas. He hit the wall. Oh, he spends $2 million a year on fitness. I don't know.
Go look at 1989 and 1990 against the Pistons, Michael Jordan, and tell me what happened to him.
Okay, well.
But see, you don't want to talk about that, Skip. They're there.
Well, I'm just showing you these are so debatable, these outcomes where, remember what happened for Game 1 in 2018 at Oracle? He has the game of his life, and then you know what happened? He turns down the last shot.
What about Kevin Durant? What about Kevin Durant? Had the game of his life.
We're talking about LeBron.
Exactly, because that's what you try to do.
This topic's about LeBron. We talk about Kevin all the time.
No.
And I don't bring up LeBron, but I'm just saying he pouted and he sat over there on the side away from his team and he quit. And then we saw him
quit. So did Kevin Durant quit in Game 7? In the overtime game, did he quit?
We're not talking about
But I'm saying, no. He's a superstar. You said he quit. You said LeBron James quit.
He actually distanced himself from his team, and then he refused to shoot for the first 2.5 minutes of overtime, and they fell behind by 5, and then they lost.
But see what you did? You talking about Kevin Durant played a historic game. He missed all of his shots. He went 0 for air ball to 3. So what was that? Did he quit on his team?
In overtime.
Did he quit? That was overtime that LeBron James you're talking about. So did Kevin Durant quit?
Was he shooting?
Did he quit?
Heck no.
Okay then.
Well,
so why did LeBron quit?
His guts out.
What? Okay. So 51-8 not playing his guts out.
How about Game 5 of that ill-fated first-round series this year against Phoenix?
You see what you do?
Well, what happened? LeBron, they're losing by 30, and he's sitting there, and there's 4.5 minutes left, and he says, you know what? I don't want to associate with you guys. I'm going to walk up the tunnel and leave you guys behind and go to the locker room. It's just debatable.
This is what you do.
It's drama king. It's who he is.
This is what you do.
It's why that happens on Twitter.
This is what you do.
I don't do anything. LeBron's done all this. I couldn't stop any of this.
You take a great person and you take moments in his life. Well, it's like if I take a great ordinary citizen and I say, well, you got a speeding ticket. Well, I say you flunked the class in 8th grade. What you do is that you take moments out to try to minimize the man's greatness.
He's not just some guy in the 8th grade. He's LeBron James.
I'm saying, Skip.
You have proclaimed him the GOAT.
Skip,
you have proclaimed him. You say he's the best player on the planet and the GOAT.
I say
and half of Twitter is saying, you're out of your mind. There's too much on here.
I'm saying what you do is you nitpick to try to minimize his greatness.
These are mountain-sized nits that I'm picking.
18 years, 10 finals. 4 finals MVP.
Yeah, he's all-time great. There's no doubt about that.
But you've never done this to any other all-time great player nitpick like this.
Well, I have to.
Why not? No, you have. Name one. Name one all-time great player you nitpick like LeBron James.
Well, he's not that all-time great. That's the problem. Are these things not?
That's laughable. That's laughable.
Are these not facts that I just spat at you?
For you to say
you
LeBron,
just sweep them all under your carpet.
For you to say LeBron James is not all-time great is laughable. That is the most ridiculous thing that you said.
Well, he's not that all-time. He's not the GOAT. He's not even in the class.
No, you said he was. No. Don't change it now. You said he wasn't all-time great.
Well, he's not better than Kobe, and he's definitely not even in the same stratosphere with Michael Jordan. Okay. Well, he's just not. Everybody knows that. That's why this causes such a stir on Twitter.
No, everybody does not know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just facts. I can just keep going and going.
Because here's the facts. The facts is that you disregard everything. Now, see, when I say LeBron James has won MVPs and won Finals MVPs, you said this. But I'm just trying to figure out how do you differentiate? If one guy is undefeated in Super Bowls, you say that doesn't matter because the other guy has been to more. See, Tom Brady's the GOAT because he's 7-3, not Joe Montana that's 4-0. Well, Jordan is the GOAT because he's 6-0, not because LeBron has gone to 10. I'm just trying to figure out how do you differentiate. I thought losses count.
Okay.
Do they or do they not?
Okay, well, you have to evaluate even the victories because last year they go to the bubble and nobody wants to be in the bubble except LeBron and the Lakers.
So why did they go?
So many teams wanted to go home.
So why did they go?
And they wind up playing the fifth seed for the championship.
Again.
And the fifth seed has lost its leading playoff scorer in Dragic, and it loses in game one, his heart and soul, and bam. And you're over there gloating about, we got this. And I'm saying, well, that's cubic zirconia.
Everything that LeBron does, you try to find a way to minimize it.
It's big facts.
He won his first title. You said it was a strike-shortened season. But Tim Duncan won his first one in a strike-shortened season. And you never mentioned it.
I've said it 1,000 times on this show. I'd be the first to say it. It was...